So here is a question from one of our homeschooling students. They ask, what does subjective case mean? This is a question that we could say pertains to the level of intermediate grammar, where we talk about something that's called grammatical case. And as a kind of preview to the intermediate Cozy Grammar course, we spend a number of lessons in that course on the matter of case. So as a preview of coming attractions, here is the key idea of case. Grammatical case simply has to do with the way that we understand the function of a noun in a particular sentence, or perhaps to put it even more clearly, how a particular noun relates to the rest of a sentence. This is something, in fact, that you probably already know from the basic Cozy Grammar course. If you are constructing a simple sentence like, I walked up the mountain. Let's say, or I hiked up the mountain. We can ask what the subject of that sentence is, and you would probably be able to identify readily enough. The pronoun I is the subject of the sentence. Who walked up the mountain? I walked up the mountain. And this is where the language of grammar allows us to become even more discerning about what's going on. Because that pronoun I is the subject of the sentence, grammarians say that that I is in the subjective case. Now, contrast that with a sentence like this. Marie gave some books about grammar to me. So in this sentence, we have the pronoun, we could say I'm part of the sentence, but I don't take the form of an I take the form of a me. Listen again. Marie gave some books about grammar to me. Now here, you may recall from the basic Cozy Grammar course, me is the pronoun being used as an indirect object. Here, we can also speak about the pronoun being in a case. In this case, the objective case, because it's being treated as an object. Actually, technically, in this case, because I'm saying to me, it's technically the object of a preposition. Marie gave the books about grammar to me. To is the preposition, me is the object of the preposition. Because it is an object, we say it is in the objective case. Now, all of this should be quite familiar. There's a third case that we use in grammar, which is the possessive case. And that's when we're talking about when something belongs to someone. So, for example, these books are Marie's, or these are Marie's books. In both of those sentences, we add an apostrophe S to the proper noun Marie. And we talk about that being the possessive. And we think about that being a kind of punctuation addition. We add an apostrophe S to form a possessive, and that is clear and helpful. When we get to intermediate levels of grammar, we also can speak about that same change as being a change in what's called the inflection of a noun. The noun changes its form. We change the form of Marie by adding an apostrophe S to the name. So that apostrophe S signals to us that we are in the possessive case. Now, I realize that's a lot of words and terminology, which may sound like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, at least at the beginning. And in fact, I wouldn't have you worry too much about the subjective case just yet. I think it's fabulous that you asked the question. And I hope that you'll have a chance to take the intermediate Cozy Grammar course. And when you do, the key thing to remember is that case has to do with the way that a noun or pronoun relates to its sentence, and that we have three kinds of cases: subjective case, objective case, and possessive case. So that is a brief teaser of coming attractions. Let me know if that is helpful, and I will look forward to hearing more questions that you may have. I see that we also have some more questions in the chat, which I think is wonderful. Thank you, Eileen. I'm glad that your students are being less shy by sharing their questions through the technical means of the chat box, and I'm glad that we actually have this because, I don't know about you, but we've had a lot of these Zoom calls in the last year and a half, and it's been helpful for us to be able to connect in new ways. But not everybody is comfortable speaking on a camera or speaking in a microphone. So it is helpful to have a tool like a chat box so that people can feel welcome and can feel able to ask their questions in whatever way feels most, or I should say least intimidating to any particular person.